Welcome back to the little mini series that I doubt anyone will actually watch. We are at level 2, everyone, and that means our square has to get hungry. Look at him. Look at Alfonso. He's so nice. So we have square 1. You can see I'm utilizing the white rectangle over here. Uh, Goodness, I don't even remember what we had in our last. We didn't have time. We just had this square bouncing, right? Okay, so, introduction of a few things. First thing, we had to introduce a timer, a just simple timer. Let me see if I can find that in the code. I should be able to, right? Right? Should be up here. Um, Variable timer equals 0. Okay. That would suggest that there is a timer somewhere in the there we go. If frame count is divisible by 60, timer goes up. That is roughly counting up by per second if I'm running 60 frames per second. It's fine. I have code. Well, one, this is our little food, cheeseburger, potato. You know what? It's whatever you want it to be. That's circular because that's what it is circular. So we added food. So let's see. All that should be the same. We added the timer. We added food. I put nom x and nom y because it's a food. You nom food. I had to let food be a thing. Yep. I have a variable eat. So that's a counter for every time Alfonso goes and eats. The counter goes up. Voila. And we have to make him hungry. So we have to make parameters that make Alfonso hungry. So let's see, created the canvas. You already know that. You gotta place food. So food equals new food. Whenever you call food to the table, haha, food appears. And our square appeared up here, but now I have it in X and Y telling him where to go after he spawned in. So let's see, food move. Obviously, you can see that when he touches the food, it will jump there. I didn't want food to stay in the same place, so food jumps by a variable of like negative 60, negative 40 or something like that. Negative 60x, negative 40y or something. I'll figure it out. It's somewhere down here. Rectangle, we already did that. Obviously, if we're going to have more squares, I wanted to label them, so labeled it with a 1. I could do letters, but that might take a little while to figure out. It might be super simple. I just have to wrap my head around it. My head is not wrapping around anything right now. It's grasping nothing. Also, I wanted to see what the hunger of our square was, what Alfonso's hunger is. You can see every time it hits around 10, he focuses on the food, and that is, yep, part of the code. Okay. If square behavior equals 1, you see a hungry over here. Otherwise, you see content because he's just being a little screensaver. Hold on. Let's wait till it turns hungry. He's going to be right next to the food. It's barely going to change. No, he's good. Okay. Hungry. There we go. Goes to the food. Yay. Okay. This is saying that if any part of the square touches any part of the food, food nom x, the food x variable moves by negative 80, and the food y variable moves by negative 40. I already told you about the timer. Counts 1 for every 60 frames. Timer, we got that up there. We've gone a while, actually. And that's just the text. Okay, so now our little class of square. What have I added? This the counter, all that fun stuff. Okay, so behaviors. I had to add behaviors because you're just a normal screensaver. That's a single behavior. But when you're hungry, that's a separate behavior. How do I differentiate what that is, and how do I change what it does based on its behavior? So this is changing what it does based on its behavior. You can see if this behavior equals 1, and this is all location based. If it's northwest of the piece of food, it goes southeast. If it's north of the food, it goes south, stuff like that, and it just changes direction. Um, let's see. I'm talking too much. That's I already showed you that. That's just boundaries up there. Huh. Oh, there we go. If this hunger equals is greater than or equals to 10, the behavior equals 1. Else the behavior equals 0, and he can be a happy square. Um, and then we have our food class. Very, very simple. It's got an X, a Y, and a radius because it's a circle. Um, and, if it moves, if... Interesting. Oh, yeah. So it can't leave the boundary. If it's less than or equal to 0, it equals 360. I should have put that at like 20. I thought it was 20 up here. You know what? We're not gonna worry about it. It's working, so that's all that matters, really. Um, and you can see he's been in a loop for, goodness, almost 5 minutes, and I think I'm gonna cut it because you've seen plenty of Alfonso. You can see that I've got it working. This is level 2. This is hunger. We have introduced a variable to a simple screensaver and caused him to exhibit a different reaction based on a condition within its environment. If you can't tell, I love animals and I'm an environmental scientist. You could also tell by the amount of Zoo Tycoon I play on my channel, but this is level 2. I hope you enjoy it. It's very simple in terms of what it does. It took me a while to get to level 2. I knew how to do level 1. Level 2, it wasn't terrible, but it still took me time because learning stuff is difficult, especially learning stuff on your own. So if you are trying to push yourself to learn something on your own, don't beat yourself up if it's taking longer than you expected, because you're doing it. And that's my little pep talk of the century, probably. But I hope everyone has a lovely evening, and get out of here. If you want to come back, I'll have level 3 hopefully this weekend, maybe next week. I don't know. I'm trying to do these once a week. But until then, have a wonderful time and catch one of my other videos, Zoo Tycoon, or I'll be releasing Hockey NHL 2020 soon. And heck, good luck if you like that.